How have the Victorian bushfires of 2009 impacted the population of Macquarie perch in King Parrot Creek? This inquiry topic was chosen to raise awareness of how an endangered species can be made even more vulnerable when a disaster such as a bushfire threatens their existence. Bushfires occur naturally and have the ability to destroy a species completely. Native Fish 2000 listed the Macquarie perch as endangered in the year 2000, with the Black Saturday Victorian bushfires on 7th of February 2009 threatening to eliminate one of 10 remnant populations in Australia. The Department of Environment and Primary Industries 2014 identified the vulnerability of the species as a result of overfishing, introduction of foreign species such as trout, and clearing of habitat. Being a keen angler and growing up locally in the upper reaches of the King Parrot Creek, there is a personal connection with this species of fish. Local knowledge identified the species was on the decline, with one needing to catch and release. However, others did not always do the right thing. According to Linterman's 2014, Black Saturday bushfires destroyed 45% of the Macquarie perch habitat in King Parrot Creek. With rainfall soon after the fires, the waterways were contaminated with burnt sediment from upper reaches of King Parrot Creek. A rescue plan was deployed by the Department of Sustainability and Environment of Victoria, who translocated 35 fish from King Parrot Creek to Snobs Creek Hatchery, where they would be housed until the water quality improved sufficiently. According to Kearns, 2012, 9 months later the fish were released back into the King Parrot habitat. During the research of inquiry into the Macquarie perch, it is interesting to note that curating relevant information does not necessarily equate to valid results. This means that the methodology used needed to focus on studies specific to the sustainability of the habitat and of recovery programs to help survival of an endangered species. When comparing studies from other locations, variables that are different need to be considered, questioned and noted for validity. Based on the data collected in this inquiry, more studies are needed to conclude one way or another that breeding habits have improved since the 2009 bushfires. Recent climate conditions in Australia have seen extreme weather patterns that have brought severe droughts, floods and bushfires, putting vulnerable native fauna under pressure to survive. Morangilo 2010 specifically discusses southeastern Australia and predicts that climate change will influence the decrease in regularity of rainfall with less runoff, thus affecting waterways and native fish species survival. We can act by raising the awareness that Macquarie perch in King Parrot Creek are one of only 10 remnant endangered populations in Australia. The sustainability of the native fauna in Australia depends on the responsible decision making of governments, community stakeholders and the care of the general population. Real action is required here to ensure the survival of an endangered species with the real possibility of extinction if there is no action. When an endangered species is identified in a waterway such as King Parrot Creek, appropriate signage can be displayed to make the community and general population aware of the problem. Programs by land care groups aim at revegetating valuable habitat by planting native grasses and shrubs to aid stopping erosion and filtering water runoff. People can contribute to fixing the problem by refraining from taking endangered Macquarie perch from King Parrot Creek and leaving areas free from rubbish and wash away.